Dear students, welcome. Today we are going to discuss about formal contracts and model form of contracts. So what is meant by formal contracts? A formal contract is any contract or an agreement which is evidenced in writing and is intended to be legally binding. So we already know what is the concept of a contract, right? A contract is nothing an agreement enforceable by law. Correct. And there is a difference. There are basically two types of contracts are there. First one is verbal contracts and second one is written contracts. And also several other classifications are also there. Implied contracts are there, express contracts are there. Correct. So a formal contract is always going to be an express contract. Express means evidence in writing. Always evidence in writing. That is what the definition is saying. A formal contract is any contract or agreement. Okay, that should be legally enforceable. There won't be any doubt for that one. But moreover, it should be evidenced in writing. Why it is in just in writing in the sense that verbal contracts are also legally enforceable. But when it comes to the business contract, business agreement, everything should be in written form. That is mandatory as per the law. So then only it will become a formal contract. So it should be a legal agreement and it should be evidenced in writing also. So that is the basic concept of a formal contract. Okay. So two parties as a contract, two parties will be there. So the terms are set out in detail. Prior discussion should be there. The parties have agreed the terms and want to be able to enforce the agreement with the power of law. Right? Always it is compulsory. The evidence of this is that the parties have written down these terms and signed or signed and sealed the document. So then only it will become a legal agreement. And in agreement or a contract, so many terms will be there. And some of the popular concept is standard terms. Standard terms. So what is in standard terms? Standard terms are very short form of the contractual agreement. Normally printed not more than 1 or 2 pages. It tries to cover all eventualities for any types of goods or services that the organization would normally purchase or supply. As a result, they are very generic and do not allow for the specific circumstances of a particular purchase. So standard terms, as we know, an agreement or a contract is quite lengthy because when it comes to a business contract, we can analyze supply will be there, buyer will be there, n number of terms and conditions will be there. If the supply is from abroad, then we can see so many international legal formalities will be there, right? So if you are keep on writing each and everything, right, it will be very lengthy. So many generic terms, so many generic definition, so many generic clauses will be standardized one. Standardized in the sense it should be cut short, then only we can reduce the number of pages. So that is for some for examples, so many examples we can see. Before that, what are the advantages of standard clauses or terms? Time saving is there, reduced administration cost will be there, right? Consistency will be there because standards means everything will remain the same forever, right? So many definitions, the company, the definition, then legal terms, the definitions would be there. Then the quantity, the quality. If you are purchasing the same material from the same supplier, so we can keep it as a standard thing. No need to mention we don't need to drag the definition again and again in each and every clauses, right? So the price, invoicing, specification, delivery terms and condition, warranty. So once we can elaborate it maybe along with the schedule standard, but in each and everything there is no need of further expansion because it's already considered by both the supplier and the buyer as a standard term. And next is the model form of contract. What is meant by model? Model means some sort of performer will be there, right? So if you are very ignorant, then in the formation of a contract, then it is very difficult for the buyer or the supplier to form a contract because the creation of a contract is a very complex process. So if you have some model already existed, means it will be very helpful for us, right? Then we can consider that particular thing as a template. Then we can prepare our own contract accordingly. So that is why a model form of contract is effectively a template. It sets out core wording to cover all the normal scenarios and problems in the context for it is developed. This means that anyone choosing to use the model form does not have to start with a blank piece of paper. That is the important thing. If you're new into the business, if you are first of all starting or creating a contract with a supplier or a buyer, then you need to have a template when it is better for you. You can go through one or two or three standardized contracts, then you can prepare your contract order accordingly with the help of the legal advice. Legal advices are there. So we can essentially consider this model forms are as a template for you. Not necessarily be copied exactly as it is. That is just consider as a template, modify it accordingly. That is okay. So many agencies, organizations are there, which is in the different sectors, which is helping in the model form. The like NEC, New Engineering Contract, especially in the engineering sector, JCT, Joint Contracts Tribunal, Australian Standards Contract, then FIDIC. So like that, so many organizations, CAPS, Standard Institute of Procurement and Supply. These are some of the international organizations which set out a template already in the respective field so that it can be benefited to the upcoming buyers as well as sellers who want to make a contract newly. So that is why, as the name suggests, model form of contracts is considered as a template of the contract, which would be helpful for the upcoming buyers as well as sellers which wants to make a contract in the business field. Okay, thank you.